how you drew it up.
Yeah.
You take us through the emotions of the first win.
I mean, I'm so excited. I can't really believe it. Honestly, when I was warming up, I honestly thought it was like an outside shot. And then I saw Phil hit it by, and I was like, we got some golf to play. And I knew on this hole, with where the pin is, a four would have a chance. I felt like a four could, at least allow me to play some more golf. So I'm really happy the way it worked out, obviously, and I'm excited to be back on the PGA Tour, and I'm just thrilled.
No mentality for every golfer is go out and get the win. What was your mentality this morning coming in?
I think the whole year I've been, I wasn't in a great place last year toward the end of the year, and I was injured. I had a lot going on, and this whole year I just kind of looked at it as a growth process. And today I was like, I've had two top fives coming into this week. I've had four this year, headed into this week, and another top 10. And things just really haven't gone my way when it's come down the stretch. And I've played solid golf, and I was like, you know what? If I go out and just play solid golf again, I might have a chance. And I'm just happy it worked out my way.
Going back to Q School last year, earning membership on the KFT, can you take us through this season, kind of what kind of clicked the last month?
Right. I mean, honestly, I would say since January, my game's been good. I've just been doing the little things a little bit better. I've been leaving the ball on the correct side of the hole, and I've been a lot more patient with myself. And I think that's just a catch-22. You keep believing, but until you see results, it's hard to. And I've seen results over the last month, and it's been really rewarding.
How good? It's only the first event of the 3-event finals. How
Right.
good does it feel after one event, knowing that you'll be back?
Oh, I mean, I couldn't have drawn it up better. I mean, I've gone through this process before, and last year I think I missed all three cuts in these things, and after you miss a cut, you feel like you're behind the eight ball, and I felt like I was a little bit behind the eight ball the entire regular season, and I played some really good golf down the stretch, but didn't get it done. And to kind of be out ahead in front of things and go play really free these next 2 weeks and try to win the points list, it's a great goal to have.
Take us through what you did for that gap between the end of your round, waiting around, killing time.
Yeah, I mean, I just went in. I went in the locker room and just hung out, and I called a couple of buddies who had called me and just talked to them, and then my caddy and I just hung out, and then when somebody bogeyed 18, and Phil had bogeyed 15, I think, or something like that, or parred it, and I was like, we better go hit some balls. But I honestly was just hoping I had a chance.
I was with you during that time, when you're on the range just waiting. You seemed to have a mix of nerves and a mix of relaxing because you had Davis Thompson there down there.
Yeah.
And you're talking just regular stuff with
Yeah.
your caddy.
Yeah.
And then you'd walk off and you kind of hear what the
Yeah.
crowd was doing and stuff. Can you just talk about your mix of nerves?
Yeah, I would say it kind of went well into my mentality of the whole year. I'm gonna try to control what I can control, and what I could control during that time was trying to conserve energy and keep a positive mindset and be ready if the opportunity came. And Davis was kind enough to congratulate me on getting back on tour, and he's had a great year, and I appreciate him sticking around and doing that, and it just kept things comfortable, and I was able to come out here and execute on 4 good golf shots.
What were your thoughts when you're up here on the green? Did you feel like you kind of had it after?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, when I walked up, I asked the rules official, I was like, because I didn't know whether, I've never been in a playoff before. I was like, dude, does the farthest person go? And he was like, yeah. And so I went, and I was like, all right, well, I basically made 4. Hopefully one of these guys doesn't make it. And then MJ did what he did, and Phil did. It just happened so fast. I was like, oh my gosh, I can 2-putt from 18 inches. This is pretty cool. Yeah.
What are you thinking when, you go up and mark your ball from about, 2 feet, and then you just step back and kind of watch everything unfold? What's going through your mind?
I don't even remember. It would happen so fast. I was just like, I asked Jay, I was like, I don't know why I asked, because I had 18 inches, but I was like, they just both made 6, right? And he was like, yeah. So, I couldn't be happier.
Your shot into the pin, you set it up here that if you leave the ball below the hole, it gives you a pretty good shot.
Yeah.
Is that what your goal was, just leave it below the hole?
Yeah, I think 2 out of the 4 days I've hit it up on that level and had some good looks. But we've talked about, we're trying to land that thing 1 or 2 short of the hole, and if it stays up there, great. And today it didn't. In the playoff it didn't. So, but I'm on the right side, and it's not an easy 2-putt, but it's pretty doable.
Where were you when Phil was on 18?
I was over on the range, and I saw that he hit it it looked like from over there that he hit it over the green, and then I got a peek through there, and I could barely see the hole, but I saw his ball roll by, and I heard the crowd, and I was like, unless he makes like a 30-footer, we got some more golf to play. So it was good.
I work for the local newspaper, Boise.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about your experience here in Boise, and now it's going to be kind of a special place for you, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I love this part of the country, and what I've been impressed most by is the community support of this event. Like, even leaving the golf course last night, there was just so many people walking in for the concert, and it's been a really cool town. The downtown area is really cool. I've loved spending time here, even last year, and we were really excited to get here. And like I said, it's a pretty cool environment to be in when the community supports it like it does.
Just a random question.
Yeah.
Davidson guy.
Yeah.
How often, I know you've played a couple times with Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Do you keep in touch with him at all? Or?
I mean, here and there, not really. I mean, he was kind enough to get me and my family tickets to the Christmas Day game against the Suns and the Suns Warriors, and that was my first time watching him play in person since he was at Davidson. So that was a cool experience. They won, and he scored a lot of points. So, I don't really keep in touch with him very often, but he's obviously been a huge inspiration for me, and to see what he's done in the game in basketball, it's pretty unbelievable. So I look up to him big time.
Talk a little bit about the course. Does it suit your game?
Honestly, on paper, I necessarily wouldn't say so, because it kind of brings everybody in. There's not a lot of length to it, but I was able to hit driver a lot of different places, and I played pretty aggressively off the tee, and I think it paid off. I mean, I was able to hit driver on the correct side, not necessarily in the fairway, but just making sure I was on the correct side, so I had angles into some of these shorter par fours, and it really turned the golf course, I think, into a lot of scoring opportunities for me.
I have a quote I probably won't use, but I had a golfer tell me that he thought the greens were a little bit unfair, up and down a little bit.
Here?
And, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're all playing the same thing, so they probably didn't putt very well.
You started the day 7 back. Did you and Jay have a number in mind going in?
We didn't talk about it. We've been really big on this year, as cheesy as it sounds, just trying to stay in the moment and being really patient. And I mean, Jay called me out yesterday, and he was right. I just got to do a better job of that. And I've done a good job over the last month, but I can always do a better job of it. And today, I just tried to conserve my energy a little bit more and not let the little things bother me. And I did a really good job of that. And I think that's probably, saved me half a stroke or a stroke today.
How tough is it to stay in the moment? Obviously this is just one tournament, but when there's stakes of getting a card and all that stuff, to stay in the moment, how tough can that be?
I think my experience, I've been on the PGA Tour, I got there quickly, I lost my card. I've seen both sides of it, so I think understanding that it's not life and death has helped me a lot this year, because it felt like life and death last year, and just being a little bit inexperienced. But I think going through all the different processes of this profession, I go out and just play free, and, over time it's going to pay off.
Thanks, Will.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you, guys.
Congrats, man.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thanks. Thanks.
Congrats.